And we are live here on BRN. It's time to go racing at North Wilkesboro for what I believe is the first time for this league, for the first time for us at least on BRN. I have not really had a lot of broadcasts here at North Wilkesboro, but of course it's back on the schedule. North Wilkesboro in North Carolina, just about maybe an hour away from Charlotte, where a lot of teams are focused in real life. But tonight, it's the virtual cars for Silver Racing League looking to do battle. 2 races left in the season, and a big one lies ahead. Short track racing here tonight as we get ready to race at North Wilkesboro for the HillyBillyShine 110 proof at North Wilkesboro. So we're excited to have you here on BRN. Dawson Allen on the call with you tonight. We've got a nice full car, 20 car field right now on the grid. It looks like getting ready to go for qualifying in just about a minute time. Continue to count down for that one, and then we'll get ready to go rolling and go racing. So let's get ready to go qualifying in about 26 seconds. Guys just getting their last little bit in, getting their last little bit of chicanery in, hopefully before the race starts in about maybe about 5 minutes time. I think someone is wall riding to try to get a fast lap time. They're piling into each other down there on the track. This is why I didn't zoom in on the practice field, because there is nothing of importance going on right now on that racetrack. It is just shenanigans. It is just gooberness. It is just a little bit of fun. A little bit of fun. We like a little bit of fun. So Simon Lindmark was fastest in practice. I don't know if that was wall ride or not, but he was fastest over Corbin Hines, Harry Lindmark, Marcus Mansky, and Aaron Stanton as we get ready to head into qualifying for tonight's race. I want to try to get points pulled up, so I have this kind of on deck as we get ready to go qualifying. Why don't we go down to the number 18, Colton Ward. He'll be the first one out, rolling out and qualifying in the number 18 machine. Colton virtually eliminated from championship contention, where he sits 89 points back of the points leader Isaac Smallwood, and it's pretty much going to be down between Smallwood, Lindmark, and a long shot for Jeffrey Armistead, who I don't believe is racing tonight, so he'll be eliminated after tonight. It's going to come down for the overall championship of this league between Smallwood and Simon Lindmark over these next 2 races. I believe Sean Walton is pretty close to locking up the intermediate title. He can do that tonight with a good run, I would say, in the number 35, number 67 machine, I should say, pardon me. And then in our contender class, it is still a close battle. Tim Smart only 12 points ahead of Marcus Mansky. Tim Miller is still close. He's only 42 back. He could have a shot after these next 2 weeks, but really most of the titles already locked up. The contender class is one we're going to be watching here, mostly tonight and mostly throughout the rest of the nights. But just kind of watching here, Sean Walton, he is the leader of the intermediate class by 57 points over second place Shane Haar. I believe the math works. If the 7 machine is not here making the start tonight, he will lock up the championship with this run tonight. So we'll have our first champion crowned. And I don't believe I opened Trading Paints. I did not. I was wondering why the 35 was showing up for what should be the 67, that being Mr. Sean Walton. So we'll pull that up, get these fixed, get these paint schemes updated, hopefully, for those that have been affected by Trading Paints not being opened by me. Oops, my bad. Happens about this. But here is the guy who's in contention to win the overall championship. Of course, I mentioned it's kind of like IMSA in a way, the way they've done this. So the I next to the drivers means intermediate, the C means contender, the E means elite. Elite is the top class. It's the top of the top. These are the guys that are battling for the championship, the overall championship in this league, looking to see if they can take home the crown. And right now, Smallwood is 36 points ahead of Simon Lindmark. If he gets a good enough run tonight, Smallwood could very well lock up the title here at North Wilkesboro. It all comes down to just how he runs tonight. As you can see, paint schemes are updating on trading paints. They're updating on the cars on track, and they'll have to update on the graphics as well at some point. Hopefully sooner rather than later. But Smallwood will go out here. He will jump to 4th fastest in the 19 machine. We'll go back to the guy who's been most dominant this season. That's Nathan Scott in the number 61 machine. He is looking to just close the season out on a good note. He's been so good in the races he's run, but the issue is he's not run every race. He's missed races. And with missing races, that essentially takes you out of contention. He wrecks there on the straightaway. Coming off of turn 2, he'll wreck it. He'll not get a better qualifying lap than what he's got. Scott will be starting 8th. Simon Lemark in the 51 will cut to him. He's going to go 13th fastest, so starting out in the middle of the pack. And everybody else right now is just kind of sitting on pit lane, just kind of chilling out, not really stressing anything else. But to break down this season, Nathan Scott is making just his 10th start tonight. He has 5 wins already on this season, which is the most of anybody. But that's been the problem that's plagued him. The season so far, we've run 13 races. Race number 14, he has missed 5 races so far, or 4 races, I should say, so far this season. And that's the killer here for him. He's missed 4 races. He's missed so many points that he, could have had to gain on the leaders. A lot left on the table from the driver of the 51 or the 61 machine, and that's really what's going to be the killer. But something I noticed in qualifying, top 3 are all intermediate class drivers. Interesting there, but I don't see Shane Haar making the start tonight, so I'll be able to crown a champion. We'll be able to crown a champion tonight for sure. That being Sean Walton. And so he will win the intermediate championship tonight. Like I said, the elite's not really fully settled, but it's pretty close to being settled. It's down to Smallwood and Simon Lindmark. Colin Bollinger does have an outside shot, as does Nathan Scott technically still. They're not eliminated yet, but they are not looking likely to get up there and contend for it. It would take a bit of a miracle for Nathan Scott and Colin Bollinger to get in there and compete for this title, but they're not out of it. They just mathematically have very long chances of doing it. So, enough points talk. We're getting ready to go racing, so let's take a look at our starting lineup for tonight's race here at North Wilkesboro. Starting on the pole position, it is the number 27, Aaron Stanton, taking the pole with Sean Walton starting to his outside. He will lock the championship up with a start here tonight. You've got Matt Morrison in third with Harry Lindmark starting fourth on the outside lane. Isaac Smallwood looking to see if tonight could be the night he could also be crowned champion of his class. He starts fifth. Randy Payne on his outside. You got Corbin Hines and Nathan Scott together in row number 4. And then it's Colton Ward and Colin Bollinger rounding out the top 10. Starting in 11th place is the one of Tim Smart with Mark Szymanski on his outside. Those two are embroiled in a battle in the contender points. So those two are going to be ones to watch tonight. Simon Lindmark and Tim Lynn together are in row 7. Row 8's Daniel Ray and Greg Whitehead. Ben Lindley and Enrique Cucalon, BRN's own, starting in row number 9. And rounding out your top 20, Braden Avila and James Hadaway. And the last car in this field is the 48 of Stephen Thornton to make us a nice field of 21 cars ready to roll in this race here tonight. Now this is the debut of North Wilkesboro, if I'm not mistaken, in this league. I'll double check that before I start spewing it like it's fact. Either it's the debut or it's only been, oh no, I'm a liar. You would be shocked to hear the last time it ran was in season 6. You would not be shocked to hear the most recent winner of this race. Yes, it is the 19 of Isaac Smallwood. You know when we talk about stats, talk about the defending race winner from races, it's always one of those two guys. It's either Smallwood or it's Nathan Scott. So as we get ready to roll, field taking one last pace lap around behind the iRacing pace truck. And when they hit that restart zone, the green flag will be waving from the control of the flagman. Flagman will start this race for us here. Race truck dives off. 2 races left this season. 175 laps lying wait at North Wilkesboro, one of the most historic tracks in NASCAR. We're getting ready to go racing here for the first time since season 6 on Thursday nights. Let's bring the action. Green flag is in the air. Cars drifting up in the corners as they make their way 3 wide now through turns 3 and 4. Harry Lindmark, Isaac Smallwood, Nathan Scott go 3 abreast. Here's to the short track window, spinning ahead. It's Randy Payne. He'll slide to the inside wall. Caution will fly for the first time tonight. Really hoping they could have gotten away with that one because Randy was just so close to saving it. But instead, we get the caution flag. We are pacing for the first time here on lap number 3. Quick check of the BRN replay to show you what happened. And it was pretty obvious what happened. Randy just took himself a little slide off turn 4. We'll expect to see that a lot tonight. Coming off turn 4, just loses the back end. Right here, Harry Lindmark just barely missing him because he stops right here. iRacing says we need a caution. We need to stack the field back up and get another restart. So, under caution for the first time already here on lap number 3. Now pacing under 4, coming to 5. We're in pace for at least another lap. So, pace car going to dive back in, this time by Stanton Walton, still the front row. Nathan Scott and Isaac Smallwood, however, have worked their way up to the second row as we get ready to go back racing here on lap number 8. It will come through turns 3 and 4. Stanton, the control car, as they hit the restart zone. And we are back to green, back racing here in Wilkesboro. Smallwood going way high there in turns 3 and 4, trying the top side. See the rest of the field still trying to hug the bottom lane, but Smallwood makes the top work for now. That's the fun thing about North Wilkesboro, at least, compared to any other short track. You can make multiple lanes work. We've got 3 wide racing back here. Tim Lynn, pardon me, in the 5 is struggling here. Mighty bad. He drops a little bit further back. Mark Szymanski battling Enrique Kukulon to his inside. Enrique trying to keep it off that 47 as they make their way down towards turn number 1. Enrique just driving so smooth right here as he makes his way through the corners. Let's see if I jinx him again like I did Tuesday night. We're right on board with him when I jinx him. How about that? Oh, Szymanski going up towards the wall. Enrique's going to come underneath. Oh, and into the back of the 51. Got by Szymanski for now. It's all over the back of the 51. You see the front end damage in the 47, the back end damage in the 51. I think you can kind of tell what happened. Those two made contact at some point here a few laps ago. Szymanski, you saw him wash way up the track on the onboard with Enrique. I would imagine that was the moment it happened. Quickly rewind the tape and see how it happens here. See it right here. Entering turn one. It's way too hard for Szymanski. That was what got him into Lindmark. Simon, of course, still chasing that elite, that will be overall championship. Right now, running all the way back in 10th place. Now under fire from Enrique Cucalon for that top 10 spot. Now we're just at the point, people are just turning the laps they need to turn. Just trying to get a feel for the car here before we get into a longer run. Battle for third, second turn to heat up now. Sean Walton has it. Isaac Smallwood is making gains on him. Stay right there in the picture. Kind of easing up. Oh, I say that Bollinger just got chipped off the track. He almost got dumped. Almost got ran into. Quickly jumping back to see this one here. This is one you're going to want to hold on to because, oh my gosh, contact with the 51 to Simon Mark. Just as I say, things have calmed down. Things are getting a little okay. Everybody's not freaking out as much. And then we have that. Now Cucalon on the door of Matt Morrison as they come through 1 and 2. Cucalon hanging on to that 9th place spot for now. He's got Randy Payne coming on his back bumper now too. Heading back down towards 1 and 2. Cucalon holding on as now Randy Payne slides up in front of Matt Morrison. Throwing a slider. He gets it. And up ahead, you see Harry Lamar, I think, got the wall ahead of Brother Simon as they now go battling. Chasing down Corbin Hines. Colton Ford ahead of them. You see a big gap ahead of Colton Ward. He is in 5th place right now. Nathan Scott is about 3 seconds ahead, 3.5 seconds ahead of these two as now Lindmark goes by. Yeah, jump all the way up through turns 1 and 2 to see Scott and Smallwood up ahead, Sean Walton in second, and they're all chasing our race leader. How about Aaron Stanton putting up a good show right now? Leading the way from the pole position. Kind of a pretty good run. Mentioned Sean Walton with the start tonight is going to essentially lock up the title in the intermediate class that we have here in the Sofa Racing League. So he will be a champion this season. Field. In log lap, see Smallwood getting by Sean Walton for second place. A car slow. Randy Payne is slow down on the apron. Another issue for the 83. Quick jump back to see what happened to him. He was making a lot of ground up through this field. He had caught up to our 6th place cars. 6th, 7th, and 8th place right there. Battling with them. Just contact with Harry Lindmark. Gets Harry up into the wall. Right here, Randy. What a gentleman he is. He gives the position all the way back up. Drops all the way back past behind where Harry wound up. Kudos to that. You know, easy to just get into a guy on accident like that. Just shrug it off, say, oh well, and take the spot. Randy didn't want to do that. He gave it back and then some. So he drops back to 12th place. Harry back to 10th now as he looks to give a chase to Matt Morrison for that position. Of course, we do have a stage tonight at lap 63, so we're just about there, about 30 laps away from that one, so drivers can continue to log these laps, continue to keep pushing their way towards that. Stanton's about to have some company, not really gaining rapidly, but gaining. That is Isaac Smallwood in the 19 who's closing in. Not rapidly gaining, but he is gaining just incrementally over our race leader right now. Making their way past the 3 of Greg Whitehead, who goes a lap down in 19th place. Shuffling around here, Lamar gets by Kukulon as Colin Bollinger gets by Matt Morris at the same time back behind them. Up in the front right now, only a half a second lead and closing for Stanton over Smallwood. He's really just kind of easing up, not being too crazy, not being too stressful. Other drivers, however, are under fire as Simon Limar getting by Nathan Scott. Scott dropping back a position here. Just kind of taking in this race. Battle happening out back. Tim Lynn, Tim Smart battling against each other. See Tim Smart on the inside of Tim Lynn. Mentioned Tim Smart is in a battle of his own. He's battling Mark Szymanski for the contenders title. Szymanski is behind by 2 spots to those two. Smart in 16th, Szymanski 18th. He's going to have a little bit of ground to pull back up to try to get there to him, but we'll see if he can make it work and make it stick. Up ahead, a battle for 9th place. Here's Colin Bollinger side by side with Enrique Kukulon as they make their way into turns 3 and 4 side by side. Bollinger will pull ahead of that one for now. Kukulon thought better of it. He thought about trying to get to the back bumper. But doesn't do anything. But up front, here's the battle for the race lead. Smallwood peeking inside of Stanton. Stanton working the high side. Smallwood on the bottom, trying to get the run off the corner, but he can't quite get it there on the inside lane. Right now, Stanton holds strong. But still side by side, not going away. Stanton holds on for now. He'll keep the race lead at lap number 44's completion. Small going to have to regroup and try again. Field catching more lap traffic, navigating. Oh, Stanton almost got turned by the 47, just about cleared in front of him. Hangs on to it for now. Could have been a dangerous situation for our race leaders getting involved with lap traffic. Oh my goodness. That's allowed Smallwood to close back in. See there, car on the wall up ahead. Smallwood gets shoved to the track, and now contact made. Smallwood to the wall. Caution is out. Ay, 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 ay. Lap traffic proves to be a factor. And it takes out one of our top contenders in this race. At least momentarily, Smallwood shuffles back to fourth because of it. We'll take a look at the BRN replay and show you what happened as it all transpired. Just a lot to go through here. See the battle for the race lead between Smallwood and Stanton, catching the 13 of Daniel Ray. And Stanton trying to really pinch him behind. I think he just overdrove the corner there. Smallwood gets in with it right here. Here comes the 35. Sean Walton, just nowhere for Smallwood to go. He'll hit the outside wall. And now strategy is going to be a factor here at the stage. Tim Lynn, Mark Szymanski, both elect to stay out. This thing, Szymanski got the free pass, but Tim Lynn will stay out. And the strategy call by Nathan Scott, 2 tires only. But he might have sped. He's dropping to the rear. Oh my goodness, Scott with an amazing call, but it's all for naught. He sped exiting pit road, trying to get an advantage because of taking the tires. See, he gasses it up through corner there, and this is, of course, a very bad camera because we're missing a lot of the pit stalls, and there we go. Let's make it like that. Let's fix the camera live here on BRN. Why don't we? And we'll bump it back about 30 seconds to see this race off pit road. Right here, gassing it up. He might have just sped, trying to beat them out of pit road. And that is a killer. At least for the strategy call from the 61. All the way to the tail end of the field as Tim Lynn leads Aaron Stanton. He didn't pit. He didn't take tires. Green flag flies. Let's see how the 5 does. 3 wide immediately. Simon Lindmark shoving it in there. 4 fresh tires for the 51. So far, he's marching to the outside trying to go to the lead. Lynn trying to defend on the inside, but the older tire's not going to prevail. Stanton led the first 50-ish laps of this race. Now he finds himself second behind Simon Lindmark. Harry sliding up in front of the 5. All around to the background. Randy Payne saves it. We stay green. Stanton on the back of the 51. Oh, contact made. Oh, more Doring here. And look at Sean Walton. Ever the opportunist. Peeks to the outside. Lindmark clears Stanton for now. Here comes this for 35 with Sean Walton still in the picture. Harry Lindmark with a bobble. And look who's here in 4th now. It's Isaac Smallwood once again. 3-1 for the lead. What a move by Sean Walton. He sticks it on the top side. He rips around the wall and he takes the race lead. What a pass. Stanton gets a shot into turn 1 for the 51 as Simon Lindmark. Smallwood now trying the top side to get around the 51. I'm not going to get over that. That was an incredible pass, an incredible run there by Sean Walton. Hats off to him. That was a thing of beauty. But now he's got Aaron Stanton on his back bumper charging again for the race lead. Stanton now trying to get there again, if he can. Caution is out on the racetrack though now. I think it might have something to do with Tim Lynn. Or no, stage caution, my bad. Man, I am sleeping behind the wheel, my bad. Sean Walton is your stage winner. Aaron Stanton, Simon Lindmark, Isaac Smallwood, Colin Bollinger. And then the rest of the field though, pitting as one car stays out. That is Colton Ward, who will stay out on the racetrack. As well as maybe Matt Morrison. So Stanton with a longer pit stop, fixing damage, I believe, here on that number 27 car. Race off pit road is won by the driver of the number 91, I think Corbin Hines. Race off pit lane first. So we should get ready to restart here. It's going to be Colton Ward, Matt Morrison, who stay out after this stage caution. Randy Payne and Tim Smart do the same. Sean Walton, your stage winner, restart in 5th. Here we go. Ward and Morrison to the Echo Park restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Let's go. Wants to try to make up for the spin earlier from 3rd. Gets a chance restarting up here in the top 5. But here comes some fresher tire, or at least a fuel-only stop for Sean Walton, I should say. When he get on pit road, the rest of the field that came down and stopped, they took tires for the most part, including Corbin Hines, the first on freshest tires in this field in the number 91 machine. Up front, the battle is on for the lead. Here comes Randy Payne to the inside, trying to make it stick. So as Payne gets the lead, Walton going for second, going for broke just about there. Almost took out the 8th seat of Colton Ward. For Sean, it doesn't really matter about points. He's got his title locked up. He's just looking for wins. And he thinks tonight could be the night to get a checkered flag. He makes his way around the top side. Sean Walton, just for mention, 67th start tonight. No wins, but hey, the 67 and start number 67, that'd be a pretty good way to do it. That by side battle for 3rd is on. Colin Bollinger making a late charge here in this race. Getting by Colton Ward. Caution is out on the racetrack, though, further back in the field. I think it is Mark Szymanski that's around. Yes, it is. And he's going to tow. That's exactly what Tim Smart wanted to see, is that 47 have a moment like that, have an issue to all but take himself out of contention for that Contenders Championship. Take a look and see what happened to the 47 car. Coming off of turn 2, he spun on the backstretch. Does he have contact with Simon Lindmark? Oh, he does. Lindmark gets up the track into him, and then, oh no, right into the barrels. And that will be Mark Szymanski's night, more than likely. You see the contact down the backstretch, just trying to race tight on him, and then, man, the worst place you could have an incident like that is right there. That's what happens to Szymanski. Right on board. Just contact and then just trying to get out of it, but he gets out of it the right time for himself, but not for old Mark. His night will be done here in North Wilkesboro. So Randy Payne is your race leader. So we go back under caution. So we're doubled up, getting ready to go back racing again. Pace truck dives off. Randy Payne, Sean Walt, the front row, heading for the Echo Park restart zone. We'll see the green flag wave once again and put us back to racing. Payne, the control car, launches. Green flag back in the air. Payne clears Walton for the moment. Bollinger putting pressure on for second place now. Get it. Walt drops back. Now Ward and Scott back there battling for fourth place. Scott trying to get inside lane. Ward holding strong on the outside. You see Stanton get by. Battling with Smallwood, trying to clear up in front, couldn't do it. And now back down into turn one. Somehow, some way, Scott's gotten ahead of both Stanton and Smallwood. It has to do with the damage those two had to get repaired. Now Scott to the inside of Walton, going for third. Oh, a bobble there on the inside by Scott. Uncharacteristic to see him make a mistake like that. Coming up closer to the halfway point of this race. I think right about now, this lap is going to be the halfway. Halfway home here at North Wilkesboro, it's Randy Payne seeking his first career win in the SOFA Racing League. He's got pressure coming, though. Colin Bollinger is giving chase. So as they hit lap number 90 now. Randy continuing to hold the race lead. Now Nathan Scott getting push again. He'll get by Walton for third. They make their way. Turns 3 and 4. Still, for the most part, getting spaced out. Kukulon battling with Corbin Hines for 8th place. side by side, making their way through turns 3 and 4. Enrique holding the top side pretty good. They'll take it. He's Kukulon up into 8th place. The only driver from Cummins Ultimate Motorsports in tonight's race. Still have a nice, cool, calm 8th place. Walton's falling back to the clutch to Stanton and Smallwood. Ward is getting back to that isolation on the island in 7th place. Just about. He's dropping back from the lead pack. Is now Kukulon going to try to find a way to get 7th. Walton going to have to try to hold off both Stanton and Smallwood. Smallwood thought about getting the inside, couldn't do it. Catching the lap car, Braden Avila struggling in the 25. It's not his night. Now Smallwood gets to the inside of Stanton though. We side by side once again. With Walton up ahead. Harry Lindmark, a black flag on pit road. He's in 19th place. Gonna be out of this one. Still side by side, Stanton and Smallwood are. All catching the wall. Great Kukulon getting by Colton Ward in the background. But it's going to be Smallwood getting ahead of Stanton now for 5th place. That 19 machine, he's putting out some decent laps. Not the best laps on track, but he's putting out laps comparative to Nathan Scott, who's currently riding in 3rd. Nathan is slower than our 2nd place car, Colin Bollinger. Chasing him down now, the number 53 machine. It's 72 laps to go this time. Here in North Wilkesboro, you see a packed house here tonight. Virtually, of course. And just kind of running down the field right now as they run. Randy Payne is only in his 9th start here. He's not been very full-time. He's been just kind of having some starts when he wants to. Not really pushing the issue, just starting when he wants. And he finds himself right now leading this race, looking for his first career win. Smallwood and Stanton battling again for this 5th place spot. Stanton not going away. You got 2nd place Colin Bollinger right now. He seeks his 5th career win here in the Sofa Racing League on Thursday nights. We've mentioned Nathan Scott, the winningest driver all time. He is looking for win number 42. Unreal. Out of that number 61 camp. Meanwhile, behind him, Sean Walton, he's looking for his first ever win. He has the 2nd most starts without a win in this field. It's the 67th start tonight. He's looking to see if he can break that spell. You got Aaron Stanton right there. Smallwood is in 5th. He's got a nice cutout for himself, 23 career wins to his name. Mentioned Aaron Stanton. He's still looking for career number 1. This is only his 16th start tonight. Got the pole position. Enrique Kukulon is start number 12, looking for his first as well. Colton Ward tonight enters this race. He's looking for his 7th career win. As the field goes down, Morrison, he's got a win to his name at Daytona. Looking to get another win in his 40th start of his career. Simon Lord looking for win number 8. He's in his 68th career start. The only driver in this field really I want to mention here as well, longest streak of races without a win, that belongs to Tim Smart. 183 starts and no wins here on Thursday nights in the Sofa Racing League. So we make our way here. His battle for the lead. Bollinger the inside. Payne lets him go. Doesn't put up a fight there. Older tires on the 83 car. He's not going to be able to fight him off as much. I would expect maybe one more stop in this race. Maybe. I don't know when, but I would expect these drivers to have at least one pit stop left and then get maybe a set of tires to go to the end of this race. If they need, I would assume they need it. I'd be shocked if they did not need another stop. It's been 45 laps since the field was last on pit road under that last caution. And they've still got to go about another, make it 64 laps. So we're talking about an almost over 100 lap run. Ain't happening. 130, I think, is there. I think 46 plus 64, 110. So I don't think it's going to happen. I'd assume they're going to come down pit road and make a stop. Fire from Isaac Smallwood now for that 4th place spot. Smallwood on the inside of this 35. And you see Walton is not able to put up a fight. Fanning out here through turns 1 and 2. Smallwood will take advantage and he'll take over 4th place over Sean Walton, who's now got Stanton working his outside. Got a battle heating up for 2nd place. Scott is catching 83 of Randy Payne. Second here now. Scott on the inside. Scott goes by. He takes over 2nd place from Randy Payne, who now settles in with a bit of a 2-second gap over who is now in 4th place, Isaac Smallwood. They're just trying to hang on to what they got here, coming up this time by 55 laps to go this next time around. And if they pit now, it would be a perfect split. That's implying they have to pit or they're going to pit. Scott in 2nd. Tim Smart coming off pit road. So we do have pit stops being made, it looks like here. Drivers will be stopping for sure. Just a matter of when, no longer a matter of if. Be coming here the next couple laps for some of the lead drivers. At least for sure coming for Randy Payne. 70 laps since he's been out there. I would expect him to have to pit. Unless it's just a strategy call from those guys out back to try something. Which I would expect maybe. Actually, no, Tim Smart is on pit road. He is just, I think, parking it for the night. Caution is out! Oh, is it Nathan Scott around? No, can't be. Stephen Thornton, maybe. I saw Scott went slow very quickly. For a second, I thought it was the driver of the 61, but it was not. We'll see who it was when we check out the BRN replay and show you what happened. Oh, it involves Scott, though, that's for sure. Scott just getting up the track into the lap car. And just a silly spin for Stephen Thornton in the 48 machine, as the field will pit. Crucial pit stops coming up for this field. We'll see how the pit strategy shakes out for these drivers with what's going to be less than 50 laps to go when we go back racing. Race off pit road. Bollinger gets the lead. Payne gets off in second. Then it's Smallwood. It's the 35 of Sean Walton. Stanton, the top 5. Where is Nathan Scott? A slow stop for the 61. Finally sees him spin out of pit road in 12th place. But Bollinger retains the race lead off pit road. Here we go. Patrick's going to dive off, leaving the field in the hands of Colin Bollinger as your race leader. Randy Payne is in second, Smallwood third, Walton is fourth, Stanton is fifth. 3 of the top 5 looking for their first career wins. Can tonight be the night they find glory? Can they run it here to victory lane? Green flag flies, Bollinger on the gas, back to racing. And look at the run. Payne gets on the top side, trying to shove it in there. Oh, he gets blocked off by Bollinger. Walton's going to get the wall a little bit there. Dropping back. Everybody's scattering, trying to find where they want to go. But I know where Smallwood wants to go. It's to the front and to the lead. He's challenging Payne on the inside for second. Oh, Payne! Tags Smallwood. Around to the back goes Tim Lynn. Caution is out. And we'll re-rack him and restack him. Oh, a wreck after the caution! Sean Walton's around. Damage to the 35 car. This was a stack-up effect from the front of the field to the back. And even then, it happens under caution. So this all starts up in the front of this field in the battle for second. This is Randy Payne battling with Isaac Smallwood. They slide and make contact, and in this ensuing stack-up, as all that happens, Tim Lynn in the back, he gets turned as a result of this. Or actually, he was by himself, gets tagged by Nathan Scott. Now, after this, the caution is already out. What happens to Sean Walton in turns 3 and 4? Stripped it up in to Randy Payne. Simon Limmark nowhere to go, gets into the back, the left rear of 35. Morrison gets some damage as well out of that all. What could have been a career-defining win for Walton is instead just going to be another finish out back. But it doesn't matter for him. He's the winner of the intermediate championship, so he'll at least walk away with some kind of consolation prize tonight.
So we're getting ready to go restart. When we go back green, it'll be make it 46 laps to go, I believe.
Well, yep, 46 to go when we go back racing. It's Bollinger, Smallwood, Payne, Stanton, Morrison now, the top 5. Coming around to the Echo Park restart zone. Bollinger has control of the field. He'll go when he feels like it. He feels like now's the time. He launches, but Smallwood gets a good jump on the outside. Side by side for the race lead here. Smallwood giving pressure, but he can't get there. Bollinger clears. As they make their way down into turn number 1 again. Mentioned Bollinger, an outside shot to win this title still. He would need Smallwood to have a problem. As we got 3 wide back here. Walton working the top side, getting by the 91 and the 61. He's looking to push forward. He took a set of tires under this last caution, looking to take advantage of them. Topsy-turvy, top 5, Bollinger and Smallwood, but then you got Aaron Stanton, Randy Payne, and Enrique Cucalan has found the top 5. As they make their way back towards turn number 1, Stanton still in pursuit of this lead. He started on pole. He wants to finish this race on top as well. You got Randy Payne, who seemed like he had a really good car in this race. He's going to have a shot at it too. And how about, again, this unlikely story. Enrique Cucalan now in the top 5 with a chance to try and go win this race in the closing laps. Coming around next time by, 35 laps to go. Bollinger is your race leader. Smallwood in pursuit. Continue on here. Smallwood still in pursuit, still giving chase. The battle is on for 7th place. Morrison has a hard-charging Sean Walton on his rear bumper, and now cutting to the inside is Walton. He's on fresher tires, not super fresher, but they're fresher enough to where he's making some ground up. He's been able to make a little bit of ground up with these tires. He's looking to keep charging if he can because he's running out of time to go chase this win in that number 35 car. Coming around this time by, 31 laps to go in this race here in North Wilkesboro. Business picking up, the intensity is rising because some of these drivers realize this is their last bit of chance here. As oh my goodness, Simon Lindmark just across the back bumper of that 35 of Sean Walton. Tight, tight, tight as they catch Matt Morrison in 7th place to make this a war car battle. What a save, Simon Lindmark. Oh my goodness. He could have easily overcorrected and spun out. He kept it pointed forward and kept his foot in the gas afterwards. What a save by the 51 of Simon Lindmark. He'll lose about 3 spots in the process, but you know what? Rather that than a junked race car. Colton Ward got by Enrique Cucalan for 5th place. He now looks to see if he can push back forward. He's about a 1.5 seconds back of 4th place Randy Payne, who trails a 0.5 second behind Aaron Stanton, who's about 0.5 second behind Isaac Smallwood, who's less than 0.5 second behind your race leader, Colin Bollinger. Walton kind of stuck in 8th place right now, just trying to get by the 6 of Matt Morrison as quickly as possible because he knows that's the spot that's going to hold him up for the most. If he gets stuck behind a car here, he can't just keep making progress further forward. He's not going to have a shot to win this race. And with time running down, it's really going to get down to who up front wants it most. Smallwood is putting pressure on Bollinger. Hot pursuit of the race lead. Now with just 26 laps to go. Stanton trying different lines, trying something else to see if he can make faster lap times than Smallwood and Bollinger, but it's not really working out for him. But Randy Payne, fastest in the top 5 last time by. Cars around in the background. He saves it. Sean Walton down on the apron, getting passed by more cars. He's now back to 13th place. A quick rewind to see, just loose off of turn 4, locks it down. Just a little up tap on the wall. He will not be able to contend for this win. Italy Spit, he's got a battle on for 10th place, or 9th place actually. Tim Lynn fending off hard charging Nathan Scott. But you know who else is hard charging? Isaac Smallwood. He is right on the back bumper of Colin Bollinger, putting all the pressure in the world on this 53 to perform when it matters most. Here comes Smallwood trying to the inside of Bollinger, thinking about the bottom lane, seeing if he can make it work here. Not quite that time. Top 3 though, they're still all within a second. If push comes to shove, if Bollinger and Smallwood start rubbing fenders, Aaron Stanton is still in a position to try to win this race. They continue on. Smallwood trying again. Trying to the outside now. Here comes the 19 on the top side now. Bollinger holds strong on the bottom for now. But he is right there, applying a ton of pressure, and that's going to allow Stanton to maybe try to close up. Aaron Stanton trying to be the first driver that's not in the elite class to win a race this season. He's right there in the background. He's got a shot here if these two start to tangle up a little bit at lap 159. Call it about maybe 17 laps to go. The more Smallwood and Bollinger push and fight each other, the better Stanton has a chance to catch him and a chance to pass them for the win. Bollinger defending with all he's got for this race win though. As they make their way back to the backstretch, Bollinger won a Rockingham last season. It was race number 20 of the season. He's just looking to see if he can pick up a victory here, snap this skid, and go to victory lane once more. With 15 to go, presented by 72 Diecast, your new and used diecast retailer for all things Lionel or Action or any other racing diecast provider from the days of yore. Check him out on eBay. 72 Diecast. Coming around to 13 laps to go. Lap traffic is going to be a slight factor. They're going to catch at least one lap car that I believe is the 48 of Stephen Thornton. They'll catch him maybe before the end of this race. Smallwood is still right there within striking distance. He's not gone away, but he's not really able to kind of reel him in like he was before. He's able to kind of get the roll on the backstretch, but he's not able to get close enough in the corners to make the move to the inside or the outside. Smallwood going to have to try something else. But we'll see how the field does. As you see here, Smallwood going to the top side as Bollinger rides the bottom. Does he cut down? Does he get the run down the straightaway? He gets a run, but not enough of a run. As they come onto the front stretch now. 11 laps left. Smallwood faster last time by. Taking a swing again there through 1 and 2. And he's right on the back bumper. Thornton getting out of the way for the leaders to go by. He's going to let the leaders battle it out amongst themselves. Bollinger's going to have to think about taking this line away from Smallwood because he's getting such a run down the backstretch. He's making it work to catch the 53. 9 laps of racing left. Caution is out. Car was around ahead of the leaders. It might have been Tim Smart. And just like that, we go from having what could have been an all-time finish under green. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, and we're going to see the decisions made by the field. Do you pit? Do you stay out? What do you do here? Look back at the replay. Big hits the outside wall for Tim Smart. He goes around, and just right there, because the leaders are right there, he's up on the wall, and the caution flag will fly. And split decisions. Bollinger staying out. Smallwood and Stanton all coming to pit road. You got 3, maybe 4 cars that decide they want to come down pit lane. Coming on the race-off pit road, Smallwood wins with a 2-tire stop. Same with Randy Payne. Stanton is going to go 4 tires. He'll roll off now in 7th place. Kukulon comes out 8th. Simon Lemark, Corbin Hines, top 10 as they run. So we're still under caution. We should get the green with maybe 4 laps to go. And what a wrench in the plans it throws for these drivers that came down pit road there. They're shuffled back. 5th place is the highest scored one, which is Isaac Smallwood. He took 2 tires. Same with Randy Payne in 6th place. Aaron Stanton, the first car on 4 tires in 7th. Enrique Kukulon in 8th as well, took 4. I would expect to see maybe Enrique Kukulon, Randy Payne, or maybe even Corbin Hines in 10th try to jump to the outside lane as quick as they can on the restart to try and make up progress on these cars on older tires. 45 laps on these tires for everybody except Sean, for the top 4 except for Sean Walton, who's on 39 lap old tires. Same difference just about. We'll see how this works or if we get some more chaos. What could be the ultimate restart of this race? Bollinger, Ward, Scott, and Walton stay out. Smallwood and Payne take 2. The rest took 4. 4 laps to settle it here in North Wilkesboro. Who wants it? Green flag in the air. Bollinger leads us back to green. Oh, spinning! Stand in the wall. Caution out. We're going to overtime. Payne is slowed down on the apron in turn 2. Looks like he's going to get his spots back. But just as quickly as that started, that's good for those that stayed out. It's bad for those that took tires because they're going to lose out on at least 2 laps of where they could have been making up ground. Quick jump back to the Bjorn replay. So Payne got turned under caution. That's what he was around for, but he was able to get back going pretty quickly and get back into things. But we're looking to see what happened to the driver of the 27, that being Aaron Stanton. Just a restart stack up here. Actually, no, he's losing himself. Spun it out on the apron by himself. And shuffles himself back out of the picture and likely out of the race. Out of contention for this one. So we're going to overtime here in North Wilkesboro. Overtime, of course, how it works. Green flag will fly. 2 laps. So if we go around, we'll take the green flag on the restart with 2 laps to go. For those who don't know the overtime rules, if you somehow don't know them, here's your explanation. 2 laps to go, we'll restart. If we get around to the white flag, we will race to the checkered flag. If we take a caution before we get to the white, we will re-rack them, restack them, and do it again. We have, I believe, 3 attempts here in the Sofa Racing League, so only 3 chances at getting a restart in and getting to the white flag under green. If we can't do that, caution will fly, and the race will be official from there. So the top 4, really a blessing there to get this caution to put us back under pacing and to kind of kill 2 laps of what would have been green flag racing. It's huge because they don't have to worry now about those extra 2 laps those guys on fresh tires could have had. You know, you never know how much those fresh tires could have mattered for a guy like Enrique Kukalon or Simon Lindmark who could have just flown through the field. But now, here's the big thing. Simon Lindmark is 4th on the outside lane. That 51 is jumping up to the top as soon as he can to make ground up. We'll see what happens here. Overtime at North Wilkesboro. Bollinger and Ward, the front row, both looking to snap. Win the streaks. Bollinger only goes back to last season. Ward goes back to season 6. We'll see who gets it done. Green, white, checkered underway. Here we go. Ward with a really good restart. Up on the top side. Can't clear. Bollinger runs into him. Side by side they go. Look at Smallwood trying the top lane in the background. We're going to have a mad dash to the finish here. White flag is out. Bollinger's clear. Lindmark gets turned. Ward working the top. Randy Payne on the bottom gets into Bollinger. Can Colton Ward steal it here? They're wrecking in the back. Around goes Bollinger and Payne. Oh my God! Bollinger gets airtime. And through turn 4, he's going to do it. Colton Ward is a winner once again in the Sofa Racing League. Did we just see what I think we just saw? What a finish! Oh! Tim Lake gets in the back of Colton Ward. Oh my goodness! What a finish! Colton Ward got railed like that, he's still able to go out and do a burnout. Colton Ward just put himself right where he needed to be to win this race. When I say how long it's been since he's found victory lane here, the last time he made it to the checkered flag first was in season 6, and that was at Darlington. For you keeping track, the date that was December 14th of 2023. That's how long Colton Ward has been waiting to find a way to victory lane once again here in the Sofa Racing League. We have to look back at that last lap because that was just unmitigated chaos from all walks of life there. I don't know what exactly was who made those moves. Colton Ward just put himself where he needed to be to not wreck. That's essentially what he did. And it was really smart on his part to put himself there. So it starts off with the 51 getting turned on the front stretch. I don't know if he spins by himself or gets tagged. It looks like he just loses it by himself. He spins out, and he's able to save it, keep from being too hard off the wall. But up in front, just around those Scott with the 35, and then my God, Colin Bollinger gets massive airtime there. See it how it happens here to Bollinger. Payne just gets into his left rear, trying to get to the inside, trying to get there. I don't know if Bollinger gets loose right there or what, but he shoots down the track into Randy Payne and into the tire, into barrels, and just takes flight, riding on board with 53 here. My goodness. See it down the backstretch here. chaos and carnage. And in the end, it's Colton Ward who takes home the checkered flag tonight. Taking a look at your results here, he finishes in first for the first time in over 2 years. Isaac Smallwood coming home in second, all but locking up his title in the elite category. Corbin Hines comes home in third. Aaron Stanton, a great run tonight in fourth. James Hadaway, a debut top 5 for the 8 machine. Congrats to him. Enrique Cucalon comes home in sixth. Nathan Scott in seventh. Matt Morrison will be eighth. Stephen Thornton is ninth. And Simon Lindmark rounds out your top 10. There's the rest of our finishing order. Colin Bollinger, he got airtime there. He'll finish 14th in the field. It's all shaken up. It's all scored like crazy, but you can see the rest of the field here. And then 21st, Ben Lindley ultimately did not make many laps in this race. Deep breath, and we'll see if we can dial up our top 3 finishers. We'll see if we can dial up our top 3. And we'll start with third place finisher, if he's here. He's not here. Give about 5 seconds, and I'll kick it to Enrique. He'll catch up with our second place finisher if we do not get Corbin in here. There he is. So let's talk to him. Corbin Hines, third place finish here tonight. How in the hell did you come home third through all of that? Well, take us through that race from you here. North Wilkesboro, definitely a challenging track to navigate here, but you were able to do so, at least for a while, in a way to finish top 10. But at the end, you take home a third place finish. Just what was that like for you behind the wheel of the 91 car?
Yeah, it felt pretty good. Simon did me a new car, so it felt good to drive around on something pretty, and feels good to at least finish in the top 5 with said pretty car.
Yeah, absolutely. But, just after the race tonight, you look forward to next week as well. Do you feel like a run like that, just a big swing of luck in your favor, is good just heading into the last race of the season, just getting ready to get that last run in before we go into the off season?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't see myself walking away with a championship or anything, but I can definitely walk away with a top 10 in points and be happy with it.
Well, it's a third place run for the 91 machine, kind of steals it there at the end through all the carnage. Corbin, first thing, teammates want to shout out. Second thing, what did the other side of the 53 look like?
I'm gonna be honest, it was in the air when I went by it. I don't know. So, but shout out my team, Aerolane, my boys are always riding next to me and always racing with each other. And shout out Hunty for winning. He deserved it.
All right, that's Corbin Hines, your third place finisher tonight here at North Wilkesboro. Congrats on the third place run, Corbin.
Thank you, sir. You boys have a good night.
You do the same. And I'll kick it to Enrique, who will be catching up with our second place finisher and who should all but be locking up the title tonight, that being Isaac Smallwood.
Yeah, Isaac Small is Enrique Cucalon. I assume you got a copy.
What's going on?
Well, Isaac, I was in the car, so I didn't see you much, except for the restarts. I did see you battling there with the 27 of Aaron Stanton. How was that race for you?
Yeah, it was a good race. I wish I could have qualified a little better and stayed out front more, but the car felt great. I got to thank Simon Lindmark for making it look pretty good. It's a new paint, and we're looking forward to running it more often here in the next few days and probably beyond. But yeah, it was a good race. I wish I could have had a little bit more. I think I ran the wrong steering ratio, and it just kind of the long runs were good for me, but they weren't great, and I looked for great and not good. So yeah,
Well, I mean, Dawson mentioned it. Should have the championship all but locked up heading into next week at Charlotte. So, next week is I assume it's just gonna be have some fun, go out there and win another one.
yeah. I mean, that's what we try to do every week. We try to have fun, but we also try to take it a little bit serious and try to go for that points championship. They aren't easy to get with especially with the group of guys that are in here. So yeah, we always try to go win, but yeah, we're excited for I think three or four. I can't remember. That's bad. I can't remember how many I got. But yeah, we're excited for Charlotte. We're just gonna have a little bit of fun and hopefully we can get a win.
Well, it's bad when you don't remember how many championships you got because you have so many. Isaac, any teammate sponsor shoutouts? Who got that 19 car up on the podium?
I'd like to, you know, thank everybody at Team Illusion and boys at Arrow Lane. They've they're pretty good guys, and really excited for the future with those guys. We're teaming up in elsewhere, and we're gonna see what we can do. But again, congrats to Hunty. It's a long time coming for him, picking up a victory, and he deserves it.
Well, all right, that is your second place finisher here tonight, Isaac Smallwood. Congratulations on the second place finish. We'll see you next week for hopefully your formal championship ceremony.
Alrighty, thank you.
All right, we'll kick it back up to Dustin, see if you can catch up with our very happy race winner, Colton Ward.
How did I get here?
Hunty, how did you get here?
I don't know, man. I just took no tires. Well, actually, I didn't come into pits, and I just was trying to hold up everyone.
Well, you held them up and then some, Hunty. You take home the checkered flag. I mentioned it earlier. This is your first win since December of 23. How does that feel, finally snapping a dry spell like that and having it in just a chaotic fashion like that?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would rather win it when I was actually pretty fast. I was probably around 5th to 10th place car that whole race. But yeah, it's nice to finally win, and that's just how tough this league is. I wasn't winning.
Absolutely, but you've still been able to compete. You still had some close calls here on BRM, but tonight you finally break through and get it. What is this feeling like? The season's just about over. You're coming up on next week, the finale. Just heading into next season, having a win at least back in your back pocket, getting ready to roll on for next week at Charlotte without having to worry about, oh, well, will this be another season where I don't win? And then getting prepared for season 11.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to get a win in this season. I, again, would have rather had it a little earlier just so I wasn't thinking of, not winning in the season. But, yeah, I'll try and carry this over into the next season and do better in the points.
We'll see how it all pans out for you, Colton. But it's a win here tonight at North Wilkesboro. And the last time this league ran this racetrack was also back in Season 6. So a little bit of full circle there for that. But floor's yours, teammates, sponsors, shout-outs. What got you to victory lane tonight?
Just thank everyone racing me clean in the race at least. Thank Isaac for, I don't know, thank my teammate for driving. I think you got second, right? Yeah. I don't really know. Thank you guys for broadcasting.
Alrighty, that's Colton Ward, your race winner here tonight, breaking a dry spell going back to December of 2023. Congrats on the win, Colton.
Thank you.
And so that'll do it from us here tonight. Mention, of course, next week, the finale. We head to Charlotte to close out the championship battles. It should be all but settled, and I believe Smallwood should be walking away with the overall championship. The intermediate title will go to Sean Walton. He has officially clinched that after the finish tonight And then Tim Smart looking like he's in pretty good shape to close up the contender title next week as well. So we'll see how it all shakes out next week, points wise and everything. But I believe all three of our champions are pretty much locked in stone, to say the least. But that's not all we have next week on BRN. Of course, we have Monday night. The Fast Track Cup Series heads to Atlanta Echo Park, as Enrique calls it, but it's Atlanta Motor Speedway. I will not hear otherwise. Tuesday night, the Slide Job Racing League rolls on in season number 16. I believe we head to, I want to say Kansas, but I could be wrong. I'm very good at being
Yep.
wrong. Oh, cool. We're heading to
Kansas.
Kansas. Awesome. And then next Wednesday night, that's going to be a big one. It is the ZASCAR Cessna Cup Series rolling into Talladega Superspeedway for race 3 of their chase. The wild card being dead center, and it will separate the contenders from the pretenders in the top 12 in points. We'll see how it all shakes out, but then that leads into the finale next week for the SOFA Racing League. Season 10 caps off the season at Charlotte. That's next Thursday night. All those races start 9 p.m. Eastern here on BRN. We hope to see you there. Shout out Enrique, by the way. Top sixth place finish in that 22 car, racing on a controller. You would never have known how well he was doing. Shout out to Enrique for that one. But that'll do it from us here tonight on BRN. I want to say thank you as always to everybody for tuning in to these races. Thank you to everybody for turning out and putting on a show, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have anything to talk about. This is Dawson Allen signing off from everybody at BRN, saying so long and have a great rest of your night.
Change the station, but there's something